If you're a church sound engineer, there are 5 things that you need to make sure you're doing every weekend to ensure that you're having the best possible mix every time. Number 1 is plan. You gotta have a plan, whether it's you're planning your patch sheet, whether it's you're planning what your stage is gonna look like, planning what mics you're gonna use, you have to have a plan. Without a plan, you're planning to fail. Number 2 is patch. Patch means you gotta make sure you know where everything's going in terms of in and out and have it actually physically and or digitally patched. So if you've got inputs, you need to make sure they're patched into your system. And if you need to send them out to somewhere, say their in-ears or your PA system, you need to make sure they're routed and patched correctly for that. Number 3, optimization. Make sure you've optimized your system to be the best it can be, whether that's making sure your gain structure from your board to your amps is set correctly, to making sure the PA is tuned properly, making sure your room is sounding the best it can will ensure that you have a great mix every time. Number 4, mix. Obviously, this is the most fun one because we get to mix all of our sources together, but we need to make sure we understand all the parts that go into it, such as gain, EQ, using compressors and gates. Maybe you're using other more advanced things like multiband compression. This is that part where we start to introduce those elements into this process. And number 5, be an advocate. It's your job as a sound engineer to advocate not only for the best sound possible from your perspective, but also for the worship team and for your leadership, because all 3 of those teams need to be on the same page together to make sure that the best sound possible is coming out for your church. So tell me, of those 5 things, which one do you think stands out the most to you? Which one do you struggle with the most? Which one do you find the most success in? Which one do you have the most questions in? Drop a comment below and let me know what you've got. And I want to help you as much as I can. I want to have a conversation with you and get to know how I can help you guys as a community, as a church, to figure out what we can do to make your sound the best it can be this weekend. So drop those comments below and let's talk.